afternoon. This is Joyce from early on in Lanark County, and I'm here again with my colleague Janet so we continue our series on learning with Play-Doh. Today we're going to look at Play-Doh as a learning medium to reinforce numeracy skills. And numeracy skills are skills that have to do with number and math. Often when you think of numeracy, you think of counting. So 1, 2, 3, which is a rote skill and is definitely important, but it's something that you learn through practice, like by walking up the stairs and counting, by counting your fingers, by doing it over and over again. Also, you think about number in terms of how the number looks, the printed number. So when you're using Play-Doh with children and you want to talk about number, don't forget that you can use Play-Doh, if you roll ropes, to actually form letter and number. So in this case, we can form the letter and the number, and by using a visual, children can just overlay the Play-Doh here on top of the number that they see. It makes it easier for young children to do. When you're using a stencil like this, instead of using it with a writing utensil, you could use it to make imprints of numbers with young children. So you could print a number out. You could do it backwards for the camera. You could print the numbers and you can see them in 3D. You could make a number line. You could make all of the numbers and then put them in order with children. Or you could talk about which number belongs to them and for their age, or which one is their shoe size, maybe size number 9. So having fun with the stencil and Play-Doh and looking at number is something that maybe we don't often think about when you're looking at this, which isn't typically used. Children will often use Play-Doh to make things like cakes and cookies because dough suggests that. So if a child were making something like a cake, it would be a fun idea just to offer things that can be used to poke into the Play-Doh. In this case, we'll use candles, and we can count them, pretend we're having a birthday. So 1 and 2 and 3. If you're present with your child and counting, you're reinforcing number in a really natural way. And 4 and 5. You have 5 candles in the cake. When your cake is made, you can extend the learning of numeracy skills by asking that the child cut the cake so that you're starting to look at fractions or parts of a whole. So you could say, I'd like some of that cake. Can you make a piece for me and a piece for you? And the child can be encouraged to divide the Play-Doh, but talk about it. Say, we have 2 pieces now. Is one of those bigger? Which one is bigger? Which one is smaller? You could have a lot of fun by saying, could you cut a piece for your teddy bear? And as the child does that, we can count, wow, you have 3 pieces now. Oh, you've got a really big one. Would you like the big one or would you like the small one? And then you could cut it again. So continuing to use Play-Doh in a way that you can learn parts of a whole or fractions can be an extension of what you're already doing with your children. If you have access to cookie cutters, sometimes they're sold in a set, and so they're different sizes. And that would be an opportunity for you to use with Play-Doh so you could talk about comparing size again. So in this case, we can say we've cut a small cookie for me and a big cookie for you. We have 2 cookies. I wonder if we can cut those. And now let's use them as a building medium. You can stack them up. And again, talk about size. Whoa, you've got a big one on top of the little one. Can you add some more? More and less is a very basic mathematical concept that you can use with really young children. You've got some there. Let's add more. Whoa, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got some big ones and some little ones. Let's add another one. Whoa, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 big ones and 2 little ones. You can compare the tower they made with the birthday cake they made. Again, talking about size. Sometimes you can even think about weight. Weight is also a part of a mathematical concept. Which one is heavy and which one is light? This is the heavy one. Feel that one. Another thing that could be fun to do with children is thinking about shape and Play-Doh. Shape is especially geometric shapes, are part of math as well. And you can use Play-Doh to connect sticks to build shapes. This polyhedron is a three-dimensional shape, which would be tricky for a very young child, but you can make them two-dimensional on the table as well. We're going to build a triangle. So being creative with Play-Doh and looking around at what you might want to add and use to support numeracy skills could be an interesting challenge for you as a caregiver. Your children can have a lot of fun if you support their learning through hands-on, through active learning, and through repetition. Numeracy skills develop with time from early on right up through high school. So be patient and have fun.